What's up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy JP here, hoping to make your install life a whole lot easier. Lexus 460, we're going to take off all these panels so I can show you the wires you need to tap into to install a remote start. Now, all the wires, well, the majority of the wires are going to be at the fuse box, but you do have two wires that go in other directions, one going to the PTS button, which is your push to start button, and one going to the headlight switch for your parking lights. So in this case, you are going to have to take out that little shroud panel around the steering column. Now, first wire that we're going to is going to be in the second connector on the right hand side, pin number 2 right there in the middle. That's going to be pink. That is going to be for your ignition. What I like to do is I like to take my remote start and zip tie it in one direction, and then I have my wires cut to length on exactly where they're going to go, because they give you a whole lot of length when it comes with these wires. Now we're going to do a simple military splice. The orientation of the wire does matter, because we are going to be de-pinning these wires and putting heat shrink on them after we solder them, so we need to make sure that's going in the right direction. Now, one harness right below that, the black and white wires right next to it, are going to be the can high and can low wires. That's going to be pins 10 and 11 on the back side of the harness. They were kind of twisted together, but they also have a little small piece of green tape at the top. That's how you know that those are the can wires. One more harness right below that, in pin number 4, is going to be a black wire. That's going to be your starter wire, so we're going to military splice that as well. And then one harness below that, this heavy gauge yellow wire, is the constant 12 volt. Now you need to be careful when you're stripping this one, because if that wire stripper touches any metal, you're going to blow that fuse. And some fuses have like a little bus bar on them, which means those fuses will be a little bit more expensive, and that's why a lot of people will disconnect the battery. Now, pin number 4 at the headlight switch is going to be a blue wire on the back side of the harness, not the one where the connector is at. That's going to be for your parking lights. Now, since this steering wheel is motorized, you definitely want to make sure that if the steering wheel goes full extend up, down, and out, that that wire does not pinch or pull off, because then your parking lights don't work and you just don't want to mess anything up. Now, the PTS wire is going to be pin number 1, white. This is a very small wire. It's like a 24 gauge. The automatic wire strippers still do a good job of stripping it without breaking the wire, but with smaller wires you need to go slower. Now, I didn't solder anything just yet, because we're just testing stuff out to make sure that everything works. All the key fobs work. I even enabled 3-time lock from the factory key fob, so you can control your remote start from just one key. Now, the big difference is that you may only have up to 500 feet with the factory one. Aftermarket is going to give you about a mile range depending on the one you got. Now that we know that everything works, solder all the wires before we de-pin, heat shrink, and re-pin. I'm gonna finish cleaning this up. Till next time, this is your boy JP signing out. God bless.